An AFC East divisional clash between a couple of 0-1 teams. The Miami Dolphins really struggled on the road in week 1 against the Indianapolis Colts. More specifically, the passing game struggled because Tua Tagovailoa did not look comfortable in the pocket. He was unable to get the ball to his playmakers into space and on time. We saw some of the inconsistencies that we'd seen in the past, which ultimately led to the Dolphins just throwing Zach Wilson out there a bit later on in this game. I was really concerned with the New England Patriots, who decided, it's going to be a great game plan to only give TreVeyon Henderson the ball 5 times. TreVeyon Henderson had 5 carries for 27 yards against Las Vegas Raiders. He had 6 receptions. That makes sense somehow. And Drake Maye threw the ball 46 times. I love Mike Vrabel. He is a great coach. His teams are smart. But I got to say, that was not a smart game plan against Las Vegas, a team that you knew had a veteran quarterback. Ashton Jeanty was going to get his touches. He had 19 carries for 38 yards. So the Patriots can hang their hat on all day, limiting Ashton Jeanty to only 38 yards on the day. But only given TreVeyon Henderson the ball 5 times and he has 5.4 yards a carry. Why are we not giving this guy the ball more? It was obvious that Drake Maye missed a couple of throws early. He was able to bounce back and have some better completions, but on the day, he got sacked 4 times. How do you help out your young quarterback? It's with the run game. I mean, I'm not a former NFL head coach or former elite player in the National Football League, but I can understand that TreVeyon Henderson is a difference maker. We saw that every time he stepped on the field at Ohio State, and when he was healthy, that play against Texas in the semifinal, changing the game for the Buckeyes. His run down the sideline in the Rose Bowl, I was there seeing that flash to give the Buckeyes a 31-point lead in that game, stretching the lead even further in that onslaught. So TreVeyon Henderson immediately off the bat, that's the game plan for New England. Mike Vrabel is too smart to give Henderson less than double-digit carries, I would say, the rest of the season. He will go back, watch the film, and say, wow, like this is a guy that's right there. Even a couple of those runs, if this thing is blocked fully properly and guys aren't coming in there and disrupting this play, Henderson has a chance to pop every play for big yardage. On the other side of things for the Miami Dolphins, they ran the ball 12 times for 78 yards. 12 times for 78 yards, 6.5 yards a carry. Obviously, some of that can be skewed from specific runs throughout the day, but I do not care. It was clear that Tua was struggling early. He wasn't seeing the field. Give your quarterback some help. This is a similar type of thing with both these quarterbacks. It seemed like McDaniel's like, we're trailing a bit early here. Let's go try and get back in this game. We've got so many weapons. We got Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle. We need to just go out there and get them the ball. Take a breath. Slow down. Establish the run. Time of possession. Let your defense rest. Obviously, Indianapolis was going to ground and pound with Jonathan Taylor. Daniel Jones looked good. You put some pressure on Daniel Jones. Tight ball game. Keep the score within reason. You've got yourself a chance. So the game plans for both of these teams are going to be different. Obviously, the style of Mike Vrabel when he had Derrick Henry was pounding the ball. I'm not comparing Henderson to Henry in any sense. They're completely different style of runners. TreVeyon Henderson needs space. Just give him space. Derrick Henry is just going to push you over. He'll push 5 of you over at the same time and create his own space. And he's got breakaway speed. Great performance against Buffalo. Shame that they lost, but I bet a lot of you people that are New England and Miami fans were certainly rooting for the Buffalo Bills to not win that game against Baltimore, because you guys would all be sitting 0-1. The whole AFC East would be 0-1 right now, having a tea party at the bottom of the Atlantic Ocean, right? Am I right? No, that's just negative stuff. Buffalo's at the top of the division. It's a horrible day. But Drake Maye, 46 attempts. I don't want to see him throw the ball 40 times the rest of the year, even if we're down by 18. This is the type of guy, in your back, even in Stevenson, having a bit of balance to you. Getting Drake Maye outside of the pocket on the perimeter a little bit more. I know the tone sounds a little bit critical. It's a little bit negative, but it's time for some of that. I picked New England to make the playoffs, and I will not stand for a team that has the caliber of players, a talented quarterback, a elite playmaking running back potential. You took Will Campbell for a reason because the kid's a dang stud. For them to go out there and play like that the rest of the season. Miami Dolphins, New England Patriots. You know why we're fired up for this matchup? And it's not just because the spread's only 2.5 points and the Miami Dolphins are favored at home down there in Florida. That's not why. It's because we got 2 0-1 teams, and the loser of this game is most likely done. You're 0-2, and you've got a loss, 2 losses in the AFC. Obviously, there's a lot of football left to be played, but you are digging yourself into a hole, which means we're going to see a heck of a football game. 2 teams that play a little bit more aggressive, that come out with more juice, more sauce, that there's going to be less penalties, more disciplined football organizations that go out there with a reason to play with their darn bottoms on fire, because there's a sense of urgency when you're 0-1 and you've got a divisional opponent that you don't like coming into your building, or you're going into their building and it's hot and it's humid and you both don't like each other. That just spells a great game of football, and that's exactly what I think this thing will be. Dolphins favored by 2.5. This is one of the games of week 2. Absolutely is. I am fired up for this matchup. I mean, a historical team like the New England Patriots, a organization in Miami a couple of years ago under Mike McDaniel had people almost at his feet pleading, saying, please take me back, please be our head coach. We want you to come over. And he's like, we got the Miami Dolphins. We're high flying. They put together 2 seasons where they have an efficient offense, an offense that looks explosive. Last year happens, the year before that, obviously, to start of this season, immediately, Mike McDaniel's butt is firmly planted on that hot seat for this year. Let's go back to De'Von Achane, because I'm going to keep pounding the theory here that you have to run the football to be a good team in general. You either got a mobile quarterback or you've got a running back that has the ability to break plays or that can consistently get you 4.5, 5 yards a carry, and an offensive line that will get you push. De'Von Achane and his playmaking ability with the ball in his hands, whether he's catching it or running with the ball, he just needs more touches. Get De'Von Achane 20 touches in this game. This is like the running backs Blitz with the Blender show here, talking about it. A lot more of the running backs. A lot more. We're going into quarterbacks. We're talking a lot about defense, but the defense kind of it speaks for itself. I don't see the New England Patriots dropping 33.5 points because the game plan and the style of play that's going to present it. I don't think that Vrabel will allow Maye to be aggressive enough for them to drop 33 points on Miami. Also, Fitzpatrick roaming around in the back end. I think this is a Kenneth Grant game too. Remember that guy up there, up north, TreVeyon Henderson? Yeah, you got to play him again. Kenneth Grant is a Miami Dolphin. I know TreVeyon Henderson knows him well. That Ohio State-Michigan game, the last couple of years that TreVeyon has lost. But Kenneth Grant and Mason Graham in the middle there were the sole reason why Michigan, who could not throw a forward pass, beat the Buckeyes last year. The national champions, a bad Michigan team, beats the best team in the country because of Kenneth Grant and his teammate Mason Graham. So these guys get reintroduced to each other. Maybe my whole game plan blows up in my face because Kenneth Grant takes over and he just sees a scarlet helmet. He sees that red and the tail end of that Patriot logo there, and he's just like, wow, he just turns into another guy. Maybe that's a possibility. But overall, exciting for these types of games, and you see the quality of play elevate. We're not going to see the same type of uncharacteristic penalties that we saw a week ago. I think that New England is going to clean things up a little bit more. I would really like to see them play a bit more complimentary football, obviously, like we've talked about. I mean, 9 penalties for 70 yards? What are we doing here? That's not a Mike Vrabel coach team. Miami, I know you were scared. Like, we yelled only 3 penalties for 15 yards. Wasn't really a big deal. The big deal was everything else, except for that. For New England, though, just be more disciplined out there and give yourself a chance to actually battle in this game. Now, as far as the prediction goes, I'm going to take the Patriots on the road. I believe that they get this win, that the 44.5 is definitely enough points, that New England comes out with a win 21-17. That's the final score, that Drake Maye makes enough plays, they keep the game plan condensed, that they maybe dial it back a chapter, 3 chapters or so, back to the basics against that Miami defense. In Miami, we see some flashes from Tua, but I wasn't high on them in the preseason. Definitely not that high on them in the current moment. So a loss 21-17 at home and them falling to 0-2. Please let me know down below in the comments what you think of this game, what your score prediction will be, who you think ends up winning it. Will it be New England or Miami? And we are excited for this one. Wow, this is huge. Please subscribe for more content in the future. Appreciate you guys so much. More college football, more NFL football videos coming out daily, and I will see you there. Thank you so much for watching.
Best player in college football.
That Georgia and Ohio State game, New Year's Eve, is going to be a classic.
Josh Blunder, hi everybody, I'm Josh Blunder.
To the 40, 35, 30, Espinosa to the 20.